안녕하십니까?
A senior manager in charge of the virtual assistant service for the public at the Digital Government Service Team of the National Information Society Agency. Nice to meet you. Virtual Assistant Service for the Public is a service that informs administrative information, which people need in advance, and this is also an online service that provides consulting for administrative services which people want to know. This lecture introduces the overview, the progress, and the future plan for the service. The lesson objectives are: first, understand the impetus behind the virtual assistant service for the public. Then, we will introduce an overview of the virtual assistant service for the public and aim to understand its current status and future plans. First, I will introduce the background and services of the virtual assistant service for the public, and then talk about the status, cases, and future plans of the virtual assistant service for the public. The background of the virtual assistant service for the public. Over the past 20 years, Korea has been striving to implement digital government as a part of government innovation and has achieved significant results. However, users had difficulty in finding the system they needed, and there was a need to provide a higher level of digital government service through the integration of information systems across institutions. There is also a growing demand for the government and the private sector to cooperate to provide a higher level of public service by integrating public sector data and private technology. In particular, as chatbot technology in the private sector matures, the demand for chatbots also increases in the public sector. Therefore, there is a growing need to establish a common architecture-based chatbot for successful adoption. The virtual assistant service for the public is an online personal assistant service that informs the public of necessary administrative information in advance and provides consultation on administrative services that the public wants to know about. It consists of notification services and consulting services. Notification services timely notify the public of personal daily life information, such as the National Health Checkup date and traffic fines, through commonly used apps like KakaoTalk, the Naver app, and TOS.
개인별 생활형 정보를 미리 알려주고 필요시 계좌 이체 등 납부까지 할 수 있는 서비스를 제공합니다.
Although there is a lot of administrative information that the government provides to the public, such as notices and benefits, depending on the institution or service, such information was delivered in different ways, such as mail, email, and text message, causing inconvenience. However, the virtual assistant service for the public allows people to receive notifications in advance and pay immediately using one of their preferred apps. Consulting services include asking a chatbot about administrative services, such as police civil service, e-customs clearance, and national recreation forests, and receiving guidance, or using an AI speaker to receive voice guidance on civil services. Let me explain the structure of the virtual assistant service for the public. First, I will explain notification services of the virtual assistant service for the public. The virtual assistant service for the public shares data with the legacy systems, including the National Police Agency and the Road Traffic Authority, using EAI, and receives personal contact information and notification details to send out public notifications, such as traffic penalties. At the same time, the virtual assistant service for the public is linked with commonly used private apps such as KakaoTalk, the Naver app, and TOS by an open API architecture. When information on traffic penalties or fines is delivered to a private app, the app notifies the user with a push notification.
민간 앱은 전자 문서 또는 전용 알림톡 등을 통해 사용자에게 알림을 알려줍니다.
If additional security is required, such as for traffic penalties or fines, the personal authentication feature of private apps is used. If payment is required, the user can transfer money using a simple payment pay method. I will explain consulting services of the virtual assistant service for the public. We have built a knowledge base of frequently asked questions in collaboration with various public institutions, including the National Police Agency and Government Employees Pension Service. When a user asks a question to the virtual assistant service for the public chatbot, it provides an appropriate answer from the pre-built knowledge base. The consultation can also be done by voice through an AI speaker. How is the virtual assistant service for the public different from existing government public services? Most notably, the virtual assistant service for the public is a public service created through collaboration between the government and the private sector. In March 2021, the government signed a business agreement with private companies to provide government public services much faster and more conveniently through apps commonly used by people. Furthermore, the virtual assistant service for the public provides proactive personalized service by incorporating emerging technologies like a chatbot, simple payment, and simple authentication. For decades, Korea had the concept of creating an online personal assistant service, but was not able to realize it. The advancement of ICT technologies such as AI paved the way for the discussion of IT business models that requires private-public cooperation. In 2018, we established a redesigned administrative service ISP as part of a mid to long-term informatization strategy for the realization of intelligent e-government. After 3 years of preparation, we established the virtual assistant service for the public and launched the service in March 2021. It continuously increases the types of services, adding 12 types of notification and 11 types of consultation in May 2022. As of May, the number of subscribers exceeded 15.7 million, which is about 30% of the Korean population.
약 30%에 해당합니다.
Notification services of the virtual assistant service for the public provide 53 types of daily life-related information, such as COVID-19 vaccination, relief fund, and national health checkup date, via the Naver app, KakaoTalk, TOS, or LMS text message. The flow of notification services of the virtual assistant service for the public is as follows. Take notification of the National Health Checkup date, for example, which is provided every 2 years for all Korean people. If the user applies for the virtual assistant service for the public after giving prior consent, the virtual assistant service for the public stores the user information. The system extracts and creates a notification for those who are eligible for the national health checkup in that year and sends the notification to the app with which users subscribe to the service.
국민비서는 이용자가 선택한 앱으로 알림을 발송합니다.
This way, users can receive these notifications through the app of their choice.
건강검진 일자에 대한 생활정보 알림을 적기에 받을 수 있습니다.
One of the advantages of the virtual assistant service for the public is that the general public can easily subscribe to it using their smartphone or PC. For personal authentication, various methods are available, including a joint certificate and simple authentication provided by the private sector. This is a service that informs individuals of fines imposed when they are caught committing traffic violations, such as speeding or signal violations. In connection with the simple payment feature of private apps, immediate payment is also possible upon the notification. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, COVID-19 vaccination has been a hot topic since 2021. To achieve herd immunity, the government needed to encourage people to vaccinate.
접종을 권장할 필요가 있었습니다.
For seamless and prompt vaccination, the virtual assistant service for the public is providing information on COVID-19 vaccination appointments. This service notifies those subject to the first, second, and third, fourth booster vaccinations of vaccination appointment in advance.
안내문과 함께 예방 접종 날짜와 장소를 알려줍니다.
When the appointment is complete, they are informed of the date and place of vaccination with a reminder.
접종 3일 후 이상 반응, 대처 방안 등에 대한 정보를 알림으로 제공합니다.
The service has been provided since March 2021, and as of May 2023, 540 million notifications have been provided to 45.41 million people.
5억 4천만 건의 알림이 제공되고 있습니다.
To support the livelihoods of people who are suffering economic hardship because of COVID-19, a relief fund was provided at the national level in September 2021. The public was informed of eligibility, the amount, application, and the deadline so as not to miss the benefit. In addition, the virtual assistant service for the public was improved to allow people to subscribe to the service conveniently on the Naver app, KakaoTalk, and TOS. The virtual assistant service for the public also provides consulting services. In Korea, more public institutions are adopting chatbot technology to respond to civil complaints, such as call centers. Some of them are using chatbots successfully, but others have difficulties in adopting and managing chatbot services because of differences in informatization capabilities. Accordingly, the virtual assistant consulting service is building a common infrastructure at the government level so that public institutions can easily implement the chatbot public consulting service and provide a service foundation for knowledge-based operation and management. The figure shows how the consulting chatbot of the virtual assistant service for the public handles inquiries. This screen shows the communication with the consulting service of the virtual assistant service for the public via smartphone. Users can also directly enter their questions in the chat window at the bottom of the screen. Frequently asked questions are displayed with buttons to increase convenience. Until the first half of this year, the virtual assistant service for the public provided consultations on 11 administrative information, including police civil petition service, electronic customs clearance, and national recreation forests. The service started its operation on March 29, 2021, now being in service for just over a year. But it has achieved remarkable results. The original operational target was 1 million subscribers and 600,000 use cases, but in an effort to overcome the social crisis of COVID-19, the virtual assistant service for the public was naturally introduced to the public in the process of responding to social issues, such as vaccination guidance and relief fund payment information. As the convenience of the virtual assistant service for the public, which proactively provides personalized information, has garnered a positive response, the number of subscribers surpassed tens of millions in 6 months and 14 million as of May.
현재 1,570만 명, 국민의 30%가 사용하는 서비스가 되었습니다.
Considering that South Korea's population is about 53 million, 1 in 4 Koreans are using the virtual assistant service for the public.
대중을 위한 가상 서비스를 이용하고 있는 것으로 확인됩니다.
The virtual assistant service for the public will invest KRW 6.7 billion this year to add more service areas in connection with public institutions so that more information and consultations related to daily life can be provided. The notification service, which currently provides 22 types of services by expanding the number of 12 types in May 2022, will be expanded to a cumulative 54 types by December 2022. The consulting service, which currently provides 22 types of services by adding 11 types in May 2022, will be expanded to a cumulative total of 34 types by December 2022. By expanding cooperation with the private sector, we plan to increase the number of available apps from the current 7 to a cumulative 13 apps by December 2022. We will continuously advance our services so that people can conveniently use administrative information necessary to return to their normal lives after the end of COVID-19. This is the end of the presentation. Thank you very much.